Hello and good morning or afternoon or evening wherever you are today. My own my own time is UK GMT. I am just going to double check that everything is working as it needs to work and get back to business. Talking to you about Mindset Monday. Today is Monday and we always talk about Mindset Monday. So today I really want to share with you about the topic blooming in life and business. And basically, every Monday I bring to you Mindset Monday. I'm a business and leadership coach, and I share this in my group, the Empowered Introverted Woman. And I have just started sharing it also in my second group, which is the Introverted Female Leader. The idea is to bring you micro insights and tips that will allow you to take action, because the truth about it is you need to be an introverted woman who steps out to fulfill her ambitions, steps into her full potential to create impact and income, and step up to lead in your marketplace. So the whole idea is these tips will help you do exactly that. Let me make sure that the screen works and the light goes well. So today, yes, we will be talking about blooming in life and in business. What does it mean to bloom? What does it mean to really bloom? For me, blooming means to shine, to to be seen, to look beautiful, to look energized, to look fresh, to to be recognized, to be seen, to be acknowledged. Those are some of the things that blooming means to me. And in my group, I always use three phrases of greeting. I'd say to you, bloom, shine, and be uplifted. Why I say that is because in life, it's so easy when you see yourself as an introvert to kind of feel that you are not being seen, you're not being heard. And sometimes you also are the reason why that happens. And you kind of shrink back from the public eye, you shrink back from doing the things you need to do to succeed in life. So these micro insights and tips help you to take action, especially on a Monday. The Monday sets the tone for the rest of the week. So it's so useful that you have something that you can take for the rest of the week and work with the rest of the week. So, like I said, telling you a story about some of the things that have led to me putting this topic of blooming in life and business. There was a last 2 years I invited somebody to speak on my uh, on my summit for introverted female entrepreneurs, and she shared that a phrase, and that phrase is "stop going to the well." Yeah, stop going to the well, and that means what she was saying is build a funnel, build a channel to your source of income, your source of strength, and your source of capability. And that got me thinking a lot about the whole phrase around gardening as well, not just irrigating what you have so that it will bloom, so that you will bloom in life. I mean, the first thing, or in business, the first thing is blooming in life has to do with focusing on yourself and making sure that you have all that you need to succeed. So from that point of view, many people put themselves last and focus on the business first. Many people put themselves in a situation of stress, of overwhelm before they think about doing something. Guilty as charged. I've done it before. But what I recognized was that if I'm not being my best self, my business cannot be its best self. So I had to work on that. And even in career, I had to make that work for myself, really, because I recognized that I was maybe operating in a less than optimal way. So, especially this year for me, I have stepped up my self leadership by putting myself first, by looking after the things that I need to bloom, to shine as an individual, as a person from the inside out. That includes mindset, and that includes body, that includes spiritual growth. And all of those things you need to take care of to be able to bloom. You need to find what your own fertilizer is for your blooming. Yeah. But aside from that, I've traveled to Dubai a couple of times. And the last time I went, I took a lot of Uber rides. That was last year when I went for a business trip. I took a lot of Uber rides. And what I did with those Uber rides um, was to actually speak a lot to the Uber drivers who know a lot about things in their world and in what's happening. And I said, Dubai is supposed to be a desert. Why is it that it's blooming so much? You have greenery everywhere you go. And they said there is an underground system of watering. Whether that is true or not, that was fascinating. In a desert system, they put underground system to water it. Yeah. So they didn't need to keep going to the well, like the lady said. They had fixed a way that they could get constant flow, constant irrigation, and constant nurturing of the plants that they had around. So even though they were in a desert space, they created capability for themselves to still bloom and be beautiful. So that got me thinking, a lot. And more recently, you might have been hearing me talk about the fact that I've been improving on my program and working on my program, my signature program, which is called the Aligned Business Introvert Method. And the Aligned Introvert Method is designed around making sure that I put in a lot of insights that will help introverted female entrepreneurs and leaders to thrive in their journey of creating the life that they desire. So when I began to think about this, it's in four stages. The first stage is the identity piece. And I've done a lot of work around that because if you don't know yourself, how do you feed yourself with the right ingredients to bloom? And also, if you feel that introversion is a barrier for you, how are you going to make yourself bloom as an introvert? So I worked a lot on producing a lot under the identity piece, which is the first stage of the four-part framework. The second one is the idea. Basically, you now turn who you are into ideas that you can develop in your business. And that really makes all the difference because if you, for example, plant an apple seed, once you've discovered it's an apple, what are you going to do? You're going to think about the species or the type of apple. Is it a red apple? Is it a green apple? Is it an orange apple? Is it a Granny Smith apple that is sour, sweet? Once you know its nature, you are able to then nurture it right. So after the ideas, I talk about the intention. And with the intention, you look at all the things that help you create the funnel of success. So, like I said, in Dubai, they created pipelines to water all the plants and to provide them with what they need to survive. But when you're thinking about yourself in terms of blooming in the business world, for example, there are stages maybe that you look at in creating your funnel or in creating that flow for yourself. The first one being that you move from free to fee and to feed. Those are three steps that I created out of that. How does that look like? So you offer a lot of things to people that showcase your strength, that help people to know who you are, and you can do that on a free perspective, from a free perspective. And then you move on to offering things that people would be encouraged to buy from you. That begins to help you earn and have fees in your pocket. And then you create a profit system, right? So to do all of these things, if you've been in business for a while, let's say you've been growing, one of the things apart from watering, you water your seeds, you water your processes, you water yourself. When you're watering yourself, you are nurturing yourself to grow. But then you prune. That's one of the things that I want to talk to you about today. When I got into flowers, I'm not a great gardener, but when I got into flowers and planting and things, because I wanted to create a good garden, part of the reason why I didn't continue on the journey was because of what it needs. I love roses, for example, but roses are not easy to look after. They're one of those most beautiful, beautiful plants in the world. Because why? You have to prune them. You have to prune roses for them to grow. And in what does pruning mean? I like the definition of pruning. Let me read that for you so that you can take it in. So the definition of pruning is the definition of pruning is to the removal or reduction of parts of a plant, tree, or vine that are not requisite to growth or production and are no longer visibly pleasing or are injurious to the health or development of the plant. So that's one key word I want you to take away today, which is if you're going to bloom, you have to prune. You have to prune yourself, you have to prune your business. What is it in your business? What is it about you that no longer serves you? If it is going to be dangerous, if it's going to injure your growth, if it's going to stop you from growing the way you want, then you want to take that out of your life completely and make sure that you are pruning. You want to remove dead weight. You want to remove things that don't serve you, things that don't work in your favor. You've got to remove them from your life. You've got to remove them from your business. And one of the things it says here under pruning, it says that it's something that is injurious. That means it injures the potential of the plant to grow. And it's something that serves as dead weight and occupies space. When you think about time management, it says that work occupies the time you give it. Or if you have space that you are not productively using, you will occupy it with rubbish that you don't need to be doing. So, how do you recognize those things so that you can prune yourself, prune your business, prune whatever it is that you find yourself doing on your journey of life to be able to develop your capacity and capability to nurture yourself to growth? So that's what I want you to think about, the word pruning. And if I read that again for you, the word pruning, the word pruning means to uh, the word pruning means that you're able to remove or reduce parts of the plant or tree or vine that is not required to grow or produce and is no longer visibly pleasing for you and injures your health and the development of your plant. So think about yourself as somebody that, what am I going to prune from my life this year? What am I going to take away from my life this year so that I blossom, so that I bloom, so that I become the person I need to be? You're going to be, obviously, when a plant is being pruned, guess what? You take a nice scissors, isn't it? And you clip, 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 and you cut it. Sometimes it feels like, ooh, and you have to kind of look a bit more closely. So, couple of things to summarize. If you are going to be on a journey of blooming, you've got to ask yourself, how do I create a channel for growth for myself? How do I water myself? And how do I prune myself to bloom and to shine and to have the capabilities I need to do what I need to do? I hope you found it useful. Feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions. Feel free to comment on the video and let me know some of your key takeaways and how 2023 has been for you. Take care and have a wonderful week and a wonderful day. God bless.